guys, welcome to Fantasy Tipped. This is your co-host Max, here with you once again for the weekend ads. Now, every weekend brings new challenges, but every weekend also brings new opportunities. As we are in the middle of week 20 of the fantasy hockey season and the playoffs are coming faster than you expect, it's time to start thinking about who to acquire to give your team the edge it needs. In this upcoming video, we'll explore the top options for the weekend that will lead you to the path of victory. For the schedule this weekend, on Friday we have 5 games, on Saturday we have 12 games, and on Sunday, once again, we have 5 games. For the Friday and Saturday section, we have 3 teams playing: the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Edmonton Oilers, and the Winnipeg Jets. At number 1, no surprise, once again, Boone Jenner. I feel like every time I do a weekend ad video, the Columbus Blue Jackets are on there. I feel like they play twice every single weekend. And every single time, Boone Jenner is up there in the top 3. The guy hits, he shoots, plays with quality players, and centers the PP1 in Columbus. Last weekend, for instance, he got a goal, an assist, including a power play point, 22 faceoffs, 5 shots, 4 hits, and 2 blocks. At number 2, Blake Wheeler. Wheeler is back on the PP1 and also playing first line minutes with Mark Scheifele and Cal Connor. I think he's in a great spot to produce points this weekend. We also have Evan Bouchard. I'm not a big fan of Bouchard when it comes to fantasy hockey, but I mean, with Tyson Barrie out of town, this guy is the new PP1 quarterback for the Oilers. And I mean, playing with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl with the man advantage, who wouldn't want that? Nino Niederreiter just arrived in Winnipeg and should solidify the top 6. I believe we could be looking at a player who will average 0.75 points per game until the end of the year, which isn't bad for a streamer. His centerman right now is Adam Lowry, due to Pierre-Luc Dubois being on COVID protocol. Lowry was on a 7-game scoreless streak, but broke that last game with an assist. At number 6, Kirill Marchenko, who is also back on the Blue Jackets first line with Boone Jenner and Johnny Gaudreau. Still has his PP1 spot, elite release. He can strike at any time. Sometimes he looks non-existent, but that's normal. He's still a rookie. This guy is up to 15 goals and really could explode at any moment. And finally, at number 7, Neil Pionk, a 0.5 point per game defenseman with solid peripherals and PP2 time. Count me in on Pionk. For the Friday and Sunday games, we have 16 in action. We have the Arizona Coyotes, the Carolina Hurricanes, the Montreal Canadiens, the New Jersey Devils, the Seattle Kraken, and the Vegas Golden Knights. At number 1, the Montreal Canadiens captain Nick Suzuki, who's up to 47 points this year. He has 3 goals, 2 assists in the last 4 games. And with all the Canadiens' injuries, it is normal to see his ice time above 20 minutes and solid PP1 usage. This guy is the clear-cut number 1 for this weekend. Right under Jared McCann, who has points in 8 of the last 9 games he's played in. Currently on the Kraken's first line and first power play. He's a guy I personally added this week. I hope he does very well this weekend. We also have Nick Schmaltz, 7 goals, 6 assists, 13 points in the last 9 games. Also 6 points in the last 4. Mr. Boomer Bust has been booming heavily recently, and sometimes passing the entirety of a power play on the ice. Schmaltz has the hot hand and is only 38% rostered. You could give him a shot. Seth Jarvis, still the main complementary piece on the Carolina Hurricanes, right now playing with Sebastian Aho and Andrei Svechnikov. He's got 5 goals in the last 5 games, including a hat trick against the Montreal Canadiens, who he faces this Sunday once again. Matty Beniers plays on the Kraken's first line, and with a matchup against Columbus this Friday, I think he's a good bet for this weekend. We also have Dawson Mercer, who's on fire. He has goals in 6 straight games. That's 8 with 10 points during that stretch alongside Nico Hischier and Thomas Tatar. Turvo Teravainen has 6 points in the last 9 games, including 3 power play points during that stretch. He's on the PP1 at the point right now. Barrett Hayton, the Coyotes' first line center, has points in 7 of the last 10 games. Add in PP1 time, that makes him a very decent streamer. Eeli Tolvanen has 8 points in the last 9 games. He plays third line minutes, but he's been playing so well that the coach decided to put him on the PP1. He's on the point on that Kraken power play. He is dangerous. He is consistent. He is a good bet for the weekend. We also have Jesperi Kotkaniemi, who's still consistent following his hot splurge from a few weeks ago. Kotkaniemi is between Teravainen and Martin Necas right now, and he also has 8 points in the last 9 games. Ivan Barbashev has been held off the score sheet in both games since being acquired by the Vegas Golden Knights, but during that stretch, he's compiled 5 shots, 9 hits, and 2 blocks. He's also playing first line minutes with Jack Eichel. At number 12, we have Mike Hoffman, who's gathered 4 power play points in the last 10 games, plays first line minutes with Nick Suzuki right now, and also at the point on the power play. Denis Gurianov had 6 shots on net in his Montreal Canadiens debut this week. He played above 5 minutes more than his season average and showed flashes of talent. He will be at the point on the PP2 and plays with Nick Suzuki and Mike Hoffman on the first line. And finally, a duo I love very much who's been doing not so good, Riley Smith and William Karlsson. Karlsson hasn't scored in 12 games. Riley Smith hasn't scored in 8. These guys are too talented to keep the bad streak going. If you're feeling bold, you can try to change their luck and scoop one of them for the weekend. Smith is PP1, William Karlsson is PP2. At the base, these guys are very good players. For the Saturday and Sunday section, once again, we only have 3 teams this week. We have the Colorado Avalanche, the Detroit Red Wings, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. At number 1, Arturi Lehkonen, Colorado's first line left winger. Amazing complementary piece. This guy plays with Nathan McKinnon and is on the second power play. He is a sure value. We also have Alex Killorn, who plays on line 1 with Braden Point and Nikita Kucherov. On top of that, that trio completes the PP1 with Sergachev and Steven Stamkos. Tyler Bertuzzi finally got going after a horrible start to the season. He's got 14 points in 28 games, but 9 in the last 12. A spot on the first line and the first power play makes him a nice option for this weekend. GT Comfer centering the second line on the Avalanche with Mikko Rantanen alongside him. Comfer has 9 points in the last 5 games and is now the centerman on that dangerous PP1 in Colorado. Anthony Cirelli centers the second line in Tampa Bay. He's between Steven Stamkos and Brandon Hagel. It's surprising to notice that he doesn't get any power play time at the moment. He still has 3 goals in the last 5 games and is still a very good player. David Perron has been really cold recently with only 1 goal in the last 15 games. This is normally a very consistent player. Therefore, I have no doubt that the wind will completely shift in his favor sooner rather than later, especially alongside Dylan Larkin on Detroit's first line. And finally, Tanner Jeannot. The Lightning's new addition will be playing with Nick Paul and Ross Colton on the third line, and I think solidifies the bottom 6 in Tampa Bay. Jeannot has been scoreless for a while with the Predators, but 3 games in 4 nights with a new team will be a breath of fresh air for him. If he doesn't get on the score sheet, he has amazing peripherals regardless that will give you residual points if your league counts them. Now on to defensemen. At number 1, Bowen Byram. There's not much to say here apart that Byram would be a first defenseman on many teams across the league. Enjoy the boosted stats while Cale Makar is still out. Byram is only 62% rostered. At number 2, Michael Matheson. A couple weeks ago, I dared to say that Matheson hasn't proven anything yet. Fast forward to today, I think he could potentially become a league winner, even on a bad Montreal team. Evan Bouchard, like we said earlier, more opportunities are around the corner for him now that he owns the PP1 quarterback spot. His stock could rise massively after this weekend, so hop in early. We also have third pairing defenseman Adam Bockwist, who is a lethal distributor on the PP1. Bockwist has 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points in the last 7 games he's played in, including 3 power play points. We also have Brady Shea, who has been playing above 22 minutes per game, and now that Brent Burns is on the PP2, he gets more offensive chances on the PP1. He's up to 11 goals and 25 points this season. Right under Adam Larsson. What a year this guy is having. Even without power play time, he's a great guy to have for hits and blocks. With his amazing defensive play, he still managed to pile up 25 points on the season and an excellent plus 22 rating. We also have Juuso Välimäki. PP1 time while Chychrun is sitting out. He's having the best season of his young career so far, and he's up to 20 points on the season. Sam Girard has been held scoreless in the last 3 games, but his plus 4 differential tells us he wasn't far away from the score sheet. As long as Cale Makar is out, Girard remains a premium waiver wire ad. And breaking news, while I'm doing the video, Shayne Gostisbehere is heading to the Carolina Hurricanes. I will put him at number 9 here. I am unsure if he will play this weekend and if he will be a part of the power play, most likely. But this is pretty big for someone who's looking for an offensive defenseman this weekend. Keep a close eye on Shayne Gostisbehere. Now for the category leagues, we'll start with the shots. At number 1, no surprise, Boone Jenner, 3.3 per game. Evan Rodriguez at 3.1. Riley Smith at 2.5. We have 3 right wingers in a row at 2.4. Josh Anderson, David Perron, and Oliver Bjorkstrand. We also have Michael Matheson at 2.4. Miles Wood and Seth Jarvis completes this list at 2.3. For the blocks, we have Alec Martinez at 3.1. David Savard at 2.9. Braden McNabb at 2.3. Andrew Peak and Ben Sherratt at 2.2, Adam Larsson at 2.1, and Ryan Graves at 2 blocks a game. For the hits now, Liam O'Brien at 3.9, Tanner Jeannot at 3.8, Michael Pizzetta and Keegan Kolazar at 3.7, Jack McBain at 3.5, Paul Cotter and Eric Chernak at 3.2, and Zach Bogosian at 2.8. And finally, for the face-offs, who else but Boone Jenner? I mean, how's this guy 41% owned? He averages 11.6 face-offs per game. GT Comfer and Jordan Stahl at 10.2. Nick Suzuki at 8.1. Sean Corrali at 8. William Carlson at 7.8. Alex Wenberg at 7.6. Anthony Cirelli at 7.5. And Christian Dvorak and Michael McLeod at 7.4. And that's it for today, folks. Thank you guys for sticking with me the entire way through. If you guys like the content, if you found some information that you were looking for or that will and can help you this weekend, click the like and subscribe button. It's always much appreciated. From my part, I wish you guys to get all the lucky bounces in the world, and I hope your goalies make unreal saves. Go get this W for me, and I will see you guys soon. Cheers, guys.